Well, we had an interesting guest here in the heart of the football season. Our pal Jack Zduriencik, the Mariner GM, joined us on the show. We got a great interview with him. You can check it out on the podcast page. On the one hand, I feel for Jack. There's not a whole lot you can say that is remotely positive about this year, and especially the way it ended with Eric Wedge lobbing grenades on his way out the door, and the fact that they won 5-6 games in September. Though, one of the interesting things that Jack, and I think we both kind of disagree with him on a little bit, and it's worth discussing here, is moving forward for the Mariners, exactly what kind of a manager are you looking to add, and can you look to add to this team for next season?
A young, unproven one.
For the most part,
or
right?
maybe not young, but one that's just not proven at the big league level. I think you're looking at a minor league manager, somebody looking to get their opportunity, get their foot in the door at the big league level, because Jack is on a one-year contract. Any established manager who might be out there, and we don't even know who's going to be available out there, perhaps Ron Washington, somebody like that, but any established manager is not going to come in on a one-year deal or with a GM that's a one-year. That's his guy at that point, right? If Jack hires Tony La Russa, that's his guy. If Jack gets blown out after the year, typically the new GM's going to kind of want to come in and bring in his guy. So
that's totally the point.
There's no security for whoever takes that job.
Jack is always, he said it to us many times, he doesn't care about being on a one-year deal, whether or not he believes that or really means that.
I think he'd prefer a longer-term deal.
I'm sure you're right about that, but he was in the last year of his contract this year. He'll be in the last year of his contract again next year. He can obviously function that way, but you hit the nail on the head. The problem in getting a manager to come in is exactly that. If Jack's gone after 1 year, the GM almost always wants to hire his own manager. And especially if you're talking about a guy who's fairly young, which is what I think you're talking about, I could see guys advising managers in that circumstance, look, if you do this, you're taking an incredible risk of just being there for 1 year, even if you have some success, even if they're 10 games better. If they still decide to move on the GM, you're in bad shape. So it's not so much that Jack is comfortable with the 1 year. It's got to be a manager coming in, and I don't see how you get anyone established in that case.
I don't think you do. I just don't think you do. And then that trickles down to any free agents they may go after. I mean, money's going to speak louder than anything. So if they outbid everybody, you're going to get who you want. But if it's between Seattle and another team, and that guy's agent is saying, well, listen, their GM's on a 1 year deal, their new manager's on a 1 year deal. Do you really want to be a part of this? This team won 71 games. I mean, it's just, I don't know how you win with a manager. I don't know how you win with a high profile free agent, perhaps, wanting to come here.
Well, Jack, check out the podcast page because he talked about it a lot. He talked about his circumstance with Eric Wedge, and we tried to dress it up as good as we could there, but it's just not positive.